Again, I don't know why I would not the person if I'm a pedophile, or maybe Ethan's argument is going to be that I've become a pedophile later on in life, and I wasn't back then. But
that's usually not how it works.
Also, these are people.
Is the point of Ethan's video not to say, "Hey, this guy's got like a really fucking sketchy history with like minors and like I guess like is abuse the correct word? Like with the groping incident and stuff, and now he's like admitted that he has potential CSAM on his hard drive. So I think we've reached the point where it's no longer like there's no more charitability to give to this guy. Now that is an extremely charitable interpretation of what Ethan said. You could also read that as him being like, this guy's a super pedo, right? I don't know. I'm not going to defend everything he says in this video.
Who, by the time I learned my age, typically they would.
But I'm pretty sure like that was the intention when this video was made.
Message you, send you a pic or whatever. By the time I learned their age, I stopped talking to this person, right? It's not like, oh my God, I continue to talk to this person after I found out they're 15. It's like they chat you up for a little bit. You're like, wait a second, how old are you? And they're like, oh, I'm 15, 16, 17. It's like, oh, nope, okay, well, they're talking to this person. Yeah, I've never received also like nudes or lewds or any crazy thing like this. Like I think the thing I said was like a beach picture, somebody on the beach.
But I don't get why do the DGGers not turn around and go, hey, Destiny, I'm glad that you said it was just beach pictures, but have the courts decided whether that's conducing CSAM material? Well, yeah, she was wearing a bathing suit, but what did the courts say? What, have they run the DOTS test or something?
I mean, has anybody fucking reported him to the cops for that? What? By the way, the only reason we're even talking about the authorities right now, in any sense of the word, and we're not just like talking about internet slop drama, is because Destiny has been sued. And people have been reporting Destiny to the cops. We wouldn't even nobody is bringing in what the authorities and the court would say on the subject matter. Like nobody would bring that in unless somebody sued Destiny first or brought the authorities into it. The entire point why we talk about that now is because you brought the authorities into it. Multiple people have come forward to say they've reported Destiny to the FBI and to the police. So that is why we're talking about the authorities. You're the one who's trying to hold the Destiny community to that standard.
Thing like, how come that hasn't come up? Mr. Legality here isn't even asking about the DOTS test.
There's like an Instagram. I don't know if it was Instagram back then if that existed, but yeah. But okay.
That's not it. That's not all, folks. Here's another one. When he was 26.
A couple years later, in 2015, when Destiny was 26, he shared in his chat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to tell you right now that, like, dude, point number one is like, yeah, like, so, all right. In terms of Ethan's arguments, let's structure them. Point number one is, yeah, that happened. I don't know why you have to bring it up, though. Point number two is, yeah, that happened, but but it's not that bad. I didn't have sex with that child. It's like, okay, cool. All right, let's see what point number three is.
Out of that 15-year-old, what the? There's no way that
14 years ago, 13 years, 11 years ago. Okay, but like the point is that he told Willie Mac Show he had archives of alleged CSAM material, right? Like 6 days ago. That's why. That's why that's the point, yeah.
chick is 15. So now we've seen two separate occasions.
Guys, this is not normal. You just don't type that kind of stuff.
Guys, we have like 450 to 460 viewers watching right now, combined across all platforms. I think that DGG doesn't count like Kick views or something, because Kick is telling me 40. DGG is telling me 115. 150, in addition to the 310 we have right now. That's 460. Jesus. That is insane. Thank you for the support.
Unless you're like Jared Fogle in a chat with his homies, you know? Like he's speaking openly with the dogs who are like, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. You would never say, this is...
How you like my new place? Oh, it's chill. It's cozy. It's nice. Yeah. Good stuff. Also, what's with people comparing me to J-Stelk? What the You're right. Every single time there's a Destiny After Hours is J-Stelk. You're right. You know what's the difference between me and J-Stelk? I announced that I will betray Destiny, okay? J-Stock pretends he won't betray Destiny, but I will betray Destiny. I will announce that I will betray Destiny.
Not normal. And like he keeps getting older and older.
That's the
People are
difference.
like, that's not the argument. It's like, well, he keeps getting older and older. So he's like, yeah, they're establishing maybe not a timeline, but like they're establishing an order of I guess maybe order is still the wrong word. They're
Okay, we're playing Darkest Dungeon, but I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick, okay?
talking about things across his career to paint a narrative, paint a pattern.
God, why did I not jerk off before this stream, dude? I don't have post nut clarity right now, okay? I don't have post nut clarity right now, okay? Okay, all right.
That's how time works. I do
Dude,
indeed
Mr. Medicare is the biggest virtue signaler. Dude, he literally died for virtue signaling.
continue to get older.
But the girls
Never
stay
mind that he's still alive.
the same age.
He
But
loves that joke. He said this joke in like 50 different shows that I've watched at this point.
My name is Vic.
I'll leave it up for you to decide if you think I genuinely am typing in my chat about how hot this girl is and me wanting to f her, or if this is just a crazy thing. I'm saying.
Wait, what is that? Wait, hold on. What did he just... Is he... Okay, dude, I'm moving right past that. Okay, dude. All right. I guess that's a way to go about. I'm sorry, I didn't see that was happening. I would have zoomed ahead a little quicker. He pulled up the Dr. Phil. Like, was it Dr. Phil? Yeah, I understand that, but like, say, dude, look at this 15-year-old, dude.
Okay, so it could have been a genuine confession for my pedophilic urges, or it could be an edgy joke in chat. I don't know. You decide.
again, that's not all, folks.
Pedophile. But the colloquial definition of pedophile
It's not CP, it's a Maury clip. I'm not saying it's CP. I'm saying it's fucking crazy to pull this up and be like, do you find this... You know that is like a flamenco tier argument. Flamenco's like, do you think that this anime character is attractive? Well, she's canonically 8, so you're a pedophile. I think it's like a flamenco tier argument. It's weird as fuck.
is some
Oh, and then also, I guess although I guess he's building a pattern of behavior. Again, this was a joke in my chat in 2015. Okay, but that's okay. We're building
It was a joke in your chat just now.
pattern. All right.
That's not all, folks.
pedophile. But the colloquial definition of pedophile is someone who is attracted to children, and Destiny is at least somewhat attracted to children.
There are some 15, 16-year-old chicks that like look pretty hot. Like I can't help that. Like some people mature older.
Destiny defends
Okay. So again, you can have issues with what I'm saying, but definitionally, I'm literally talking about people that look older than 15, 16. Not teenagers are hot. I love teenagers, but some 15, 16-year-olds can look older. That's the opposite of pedophilia. But listen, if that's what you want.
Again, any normal person who interacts with somebody and finds out that they're way younger would be like, oh, that's extremely fucking embarrassing. Not like, oh, let me grab this picture and send it to my entire team. Like, again, I think it's okay to judge you on that. I think it's a totally okay thing to judge you about. Does it mean that you're an out and about pedophile? No, explicitly no. Okay, but like, it's obviously something that people could judge. They could even consider it to be a red flag. All right, that's absolutely something people could think that you're weird for. 100%.
Say that's fine. Okay, we'll keep going through it.
defended another streamer who got exposed for having sex with a 14-year-old by saying, even if he did bang a 14-year-old, no, that's not what pedophile means. Go look it up. Seriously, if you don't understand the difference between being attracted to someone that happens to be young and being attracted to someone because they are young, you have absolutely no business whatsoever commenting on the issue, period. It makes you look uneducated.
He's like, it is so outrageous, sir, that you would call someone sleeping with a 14-year-old pedophilia. How dare you, sir? Even if you want to play this game,
So
where
now
it's
this is supposedly the thing that Ethan gets completely wrong. I don't know what exactly the context is,
actually,
or what he says wrong.
I want to 16 and 17-year-olds. There's 14
All right. Okay. What's going on here?
is pushing it. 14. What are we
Best clip, dude. The best part of this entire thing is about to play.
talking about? This man was like,
okay.
yeah, you could a 14-year-old. That's not the same thing. Guys,
I don't know if I don't think I've ever said that ever. But
are we all hearing the same thing? It's 14. This dude has
Yes, dude. Dan, or Love, whoever hit that button, you're awesome.
made it like his personal crusade to normalize children. Like how many
that's a wild
He had to skip a Dr. Phil clip because it was CP. What? Dr.
statement
Phil?
to say based off what we've seen so far. I did go back and I found the post for this because I was curious. I think I made an OP here that
All right, I want to see this because I've never seen this context.
basically has
Nick, fast forward past the reality TV clip of the girl saying she wanted to get pregnant at 15, moralize about how as a child. Well, his loss, because it was funny as fuck.
To do
Like, I'm sorry that you look at literally every single 15-year-old girl and you can't think about how much you want to impregnate them. All right, but listen, okay, when I see that clip, I just think it's funny. All right, crazy, isn't it? You know, I'm glad that your personal projections, putting onto a 15-year-old girl is that like you don't want to deal with your own fucking horny feelings, I guess. So, you know what? I know why you skipped it. Okay, I get it. I totally get it. I understand.
it basically has to do with like streaming is a little bit different and crazy because you have so much access into people's lives you don't traditionally get. At the bottom of this post, I literally say one of the incidents that I brought up was this guy Stefano got in trouble because he was 19.
Just FYI, okay? People who project their fucking pedophilic fantasies onto everything by fucking moral frogging about children 24/7 are the people who are most prone to fuck children. All right, period. This is a fact. This is not up for debate, okay? People who think about preserving women's virginity all day and talk about how women aren't meant to be talk about how children aren't meant to be sexualized are the ones that are sexualizing children in their minds 24/7. That's why they constantly do that, okay?
And he DM'd some player saying that he abused a 14-year-old, and everybody took that as him because this guy's French, not because of their abuse of sex, but because of a ESL thing. I literally state at the bottom here, I'm not taking a side on any of these issues or commenting on this happened. I'm just giving food for thought about like the.
Okay, so can you tell me what part? Like I heard there's like additional context here. I'm not hearing anything so far. Maybe I'm clipping too fast.
Level of access that you have to people's lives
But he
here.
just rambles
I was
so
never
much.
defending this in this post. I'm not defending this anywhere. I think I was.
Okay, what does this say? This is the full context. Even if he did bang a 14-year-old, no, that's not pedophilia. Okay, seriously, okay, no, that's the whole quote. Also, LOL, powerful ally, safe zone, sex positive, that demonizes even self-admitted pedos. Oh, this is like the ethical CP thing. That demonizes self-admitted pedophiles who are trying to seek help.
An edgy, like, internet atheist, and we did the... If you don't understand the difference between being attracted to someone that happens to be young and being attracted to someone because they're young, the difference between pedophiles...
Is Foodshops watching a video or is he live on this stream? Nicholas DeOrio is currently live. Yes, he is currently live, but we're rewinding back to the middle of this current live. Yes. So this is like the most recent talking points or whatever. And I don't know where Nicholas DeOrio even gets some of like these talking points. Because he's basically saying something like, oh, DGGers are saying this, DGGers are saying that. But I'm pretty sure they're my arguments, actually. So.
Follow whatever else. I will say that if like...
Wait, there's no more context? That's just what he said?
If that's like a creepy thing that people are doing to advocate for, I guess, like kids.
So you've been seeing this girl for a month?
Around a month, yeah.
Do you love her? Is Brandon good at sex?
Honestly, yeah.
She's 17.
Wait, so your response to that first of all, if that's the context and there's nothing else there, it's still an insane thing to fucking... Well, I'm not defending this explicitly, but I am fucking having a rage cow moment where I'm arguing about like... Okay, what? Hold on.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Brandon, what's up?
What? Anyway,
She couldn't
listen.
get into Jason's party because she wasn't 18. Like, I knew about this. That's why I distanced myself. And Jason would always be pissed at me that I wouldn't film with Brandon. I'm like, he's an actual, like, pedophile. And we're actually, like, and he's, like, 24.
Having sex with a 17-year-old isn't pedophilia.
It's pedophilia, for sure.
It's
with a minor.
So wait, so Ethan pulled the hebephile line, and therefore that makes Destiny's statement about the 14-year-old not bad? I don't understand. Just to be clear, this is my position on all this. Ethan's got...
Wait, 14-year-old? Wait, does the age like go down every single time we mention someone? Like, wasn't it 15 before? When did it become 14 now? Did I miss something? Like, does the age just go down by 1 the more we mention it?
like a shitload of bad clips coming in, and we're going to watch all of them. We're going to talk about all of them. We're going to read through all of his Reddit posts. I have no problem doing that. Just to be clear, I want you to know explicitly where I'm coming from when I say this. If Ethan Klein raped a child in Central Park, I wouldn't stop asking Destiny what he has in his fucking hard drive. All right?
Ha ha ha.
If Ethan Klein, I mean, there might be an issue with some of the
Ha,
Hassan
ha,
coverage
ha.
and stuff, and we might have to start addressing some shit over there. But in regards to Destiny, right, there's literally nothing that Ethan could do that would make what Destiny wrote to Willie okay to just leave like that and not provide significantly more context than what we have. Okay, I'm just being very honest about this. Ethan Klein can literally go down. His empire could fall.
Well, keep in mind the reason why Destiny is bringing all of this up is because Ethan Klein made it fair game, okay? I don't know why you're constantly fixated on what he said to, like, Willie Mack, even though he's clarified it and everybody clarified it like 50 times. Like, the thing is that like it's nuts. It's crazy.
Channel could blow up.
Okay.
He could lose all of his subscribers. His career could be over tomorrow, and I'm still
like, just again, just FYI, the entire reason behind why, like, he's bringing up Ethan's old fucking moments is because also, like, you know what? No, fuck it. I'm not gonna fall for it. This is like fucking sweeping. This is what sweeping is, okay? Why am I even treating Nicholas DeOrio like he's being good faith here? Like, this is sweeping. This is what it is. It's sweeping. You're a fucking hypocrite. You're a fucking hypocrite, and no one should ever listen to you.
still wondering why he texted that to Willie.
You're sweeping.
That is the principle. That is the core issue. That is number one argument. It has literally nothing to do with Ethan Klein.
For sure was that's an actual pedophile. Like, it's a child. 17-year-old is a child.
So, okay, whatever. I don't need to debate that, but it's illegal.
And it's a pedophile.
Well, pedophile is someone that has sex with kids.
She's a child. That's a child.
But you don't magically become not a child when you go turn from when the clock ticks midnight.
That actually is like how it works.
By the
Yeah.
way, 24-17 is like a huge age gap. There's no Romeo and Juliet platform that would allow for that, as far as I'm aware. And even if there was, it's disgusting.
Like, you also have no business being with like an 18-year-old, but like 17 is an actual child. You're actually
Yes, keep virtue signaling. Yes. One more time, DeOrio, okay? One more time.
it's actually legal. Like, you actually should go to
Why
jail.
not?
But, okay, well, I'm not here to debate that. But some states it's 16.
But it's not that in California.
I know it's illegal. It's fine.
So I mean, like, if that counts as like ardently defending trying to kids, then maybe me and Ethan are just
Slimy Weasley fuck.
He's arguing he's kindred spirits. I don't think
Here's
that's going
my
to really
hot
help.
take. It's well-established Destiny is a predator in possession of CSAM. Therefore, the people in DGG defending him are either too fucking stupid to be involved, or they're complicit. At this point, my money is on complicity. Here's a 50.
Thank you! I appreciate it. Yeah, people are...
I am complicit. I'm complicit of saying wait and see. I'm complicit of saying, yeah, you know what? Maybe we should wait until he's actually being charged with something, and court shit actually comes out. Maybe we should wait until the transcript comes out to see what they are saying. Maybe we should wait until X and Y. You're right. I am complicit. I am complicit of not being a concluder. Okay, that's what I am. All right.
Saying he cut the clip early, blah, 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 blah.
Good
When
one.
Ethan responds, I will check out the response.
Hold on. Listen, this happens pretty often, okay? I'm sorry.
To it. It's not like we went and dug up things on every single thing Destiny said in the other segment, right? They're going to let this one stand as is, and if things get need correcting, we will do correcting.
born to justify. I don't know.
How many times are you going to go on the record protecting it? He goes, 17 is cool. 15 is cool.
Listen, listen, it's okay, all right? Because every single time my mic fucks up, I get a good excuse to see who is lurking in my chat, okay? Because whoever lurks in my chat, I'll get to know who they are, all right?
Never said either of those things.
14 is
Haven't said that.
not pedophilia, guys. Is 13 pedophilia?
Haven't said any, like,
12?
not sure if this is his own fantasy that he's projecting on me or...
Where does it stop?
Again, though, just to be clear, if we're getting mad,
But Ethan Klein isn't the only one. At least Ethan Klein doesn't have CSAM on his computer. At least he doesn't have CSAM on his computer, Steven.
had uncharitable statements from Ethan, and then Destiny turns around and goes, "Oh, you must be projecting. Maybe you want to fuck 12-year-olds." We're just watching two pigs fight in the mud. You know, that's what we're watching right now.
Oh, now it's two pigs fighting in the mud, right?
I'd like to know his opinion on that.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
So a lot of people, kids start hitting puberty at 12.
All right.
Some girls start hitting puberty earlier than that. Is 10? Some girls hit puberty by 10. Is that not pedophilia? Stephen Bennell II. By the way, the second is just junior. Okay, you don't get to play the.
Oh,
The
is he
second
gonna?
is not junior. They are different.
Apparently, this is completely inaccurate. It's a huge inaccuracy in the video. He is going to own him on this one.
Your birth certificate. The reason why I'm not junior is because my dad just didn't want to be called senior, so he wrote mine in as the second, so he could be the.
Wait. Okay, hold on. No. Like that wouldn't. Then that doesn't sound right. I don't know. I had an argument with somebody, and I was like, wait, hold on. If somebody's fucking senior, that makes you junior, right? And they're like, no, dude, I'm just me. I'm like, I don't think that's how that works, but I guess maybe you could just not call yourself that. But I think statistically that would make you a junior, right? I was under the assumption that Destiny would be the second if his like uncle or something, not his uncle, if his like grandfather was Stephen Bennell, right? Because it skipped a generation. I thought that was how the mechanics work on that. Again, this is not the important issue here, but like that was just how I perceived it. If it skips, like if your grandfather is Stephen Bennell or whatever, and then you're Stephen Bennell and your fucking dad's name was Rob or some shit, that would make you the second. He'd be the third. Well, he wouldn't be a third because there wouldn't be 3 Stephen Bennells.
The first.
Good one.
I'm sorry if that bothers you.
Also, I don't think your dad's name would have to change to senior if you become junior. I think your dad could just be Stephen Bennell. And then you'd be Stephen Bennell Jr. I don't think you legally have to change your name to
But
Royal Guard game with just being the second.
It doesn't skip at all? I don't understand the mechanics on this.
In fact, that's just junior, which ironically is what you call all the girls you date.
Hot take.
the GOAT. Thank you for the $5, my man.
Hot take. I think people who name their kids after them, typically, not all the time, but sometimes, maybe typically is too hard. I think those are like the parents who try to live vicariously through their kids in sports. I think there's like a correlation. That's just me though.
Sure.
Come on over here, Junior. Come sit in Daddy's lap.
God, these people are just so boring. Like, if anything else, like, they're not even funny. Like, the only thing that's funny about Ethan is just that, like, he has the soundboard full of Frogan and Hassan sounds, and that is the funniest part. It's the fucking soundboard. It's not even Ethan himself.
Another pedophile joke, but okay.
He doesn't even operate the soundboard either. Okay.
Yeah, but guess what, guys? There's more.
Incident is when him and his friends, the Bro Squad, watched an 8-year-old boy shake his penis for them on a live stream.
I shouldn't tell this because I'm going to get arrested. Or child.
By the way,
All right, I'm interested to hear what this clip was now, because this clip sounds genuinely horrible. This is not a good clip.
Services.
by the way,
Wow.
how many times has he said that? Once is enough.
Bro, if I saw some shit like this, A, never talking about this live in a public setting. B, I would not be recanting it with like the fucking shit-eating grin on my face.
Has he said this like 3 times? He's like, I shouldn't tell you guys this because I'm going to get arrested for child porn.
Oh.
3? How many times are we going to tell that joke?
I think so far it's been 2, right? He did say that in the beginning, if I remember correctly.
I haven't gotten into Ethan's jokes yet, but I do think it's kind of funny that I feel like I've heard him say similar things.
It's called Children's Joy TV for a reason. The guy knows how to give pleasure to children.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Children's Joy TV, baby gets anal raped by a syringe and gets injected with AIDS virus.
Bro, I can't wait until Nicholas DeOrio sees the one clip of like Ethan Klein humping that fucking plushie or some shit. Bro, that's gonna be epic.
When we see something like this, are we supposed to call the police?
Yes. To go Willie Mac mode.
Am I on it? I feel like I'm
Unironically, yeah, probably. I would say, yeah, that's a pretty good one. Yeah, you probably should do that. You should probably call the police on that.
definitely on the FBI watch list now.
I'm waiting the same, yeah. Also with the camel toe. The juvenile pussy clip.
I don't know how many FBI watch list jokes he's made. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. But if like that's the standard, then sure.
I used to be part of this horrible thing called the Bro Squad.
Okay. All right.
Me, if you remember that cheeks.
I hate listening to myself talk.
I feel like it is kind of bizarre though to play these clips in sequence with the clips that are being played against you. Wouldn't it be like, I don't know, maybe fair is not the right word. I don't know if fair is what's required here. But wouldn't the charitable thing to do, if you want to look like you're better than the other person, to be to go through all of their arguments and then pull up like Ethan Klein's greatest pedo joke highlight reel after? I mean, it's like, hey, look at the bro squad stuff. Better play a clip of Ethan. Doesn't really give you a lot of confidence in what you're about to say.
A long time ago. Oh my god.
Part of the bro squad. And what we would do is we would
In a response video, just like dropping like an additional clip that has nothing to do with the actual video you're responding to, just because it's like
Foodshops. Hello.
And just because it looks horrible. And again, I do think it looks horrible.
go around Justin TV streams trolling the shit out of these.
A martini, shaken not stirred.
Weren't the Rose DMS subject to discovery under the Pixie case? A crime is uncovered. Discovery should get him arrested? Or my assumption is wrong?
Were they? I have no idea, to be honest. But thank you for the 25 Polish dollars. Maybe someone in chat can tell you. I'm not entirely sure actually whether or not Rose's things were to be held legally. I'm leaning towards no.
People.
Nick just started insulting me viciously.
Again, the argument that I can clearly see him
I'm
making
actually
here.
the fourth, written Ivy. My dad and grandfather are the worst. Andrew isn't even the name I was born with. I changed that shit when I became an adult.
So my understanding of my guess on what we're seeing here, because I haven't seen the entire stream, right? My guess on the attempted narrative change by Destiny here is, hey, I made pedo jokes, you made pedo jokes, so we're either both pedos or none of us are pedos, and you're overreacting. So I'm assuming that's the...
No. No, the equivalent here is this, okay? The equivalent is Ethan Klein does not give me any good faith when it comes to bringing up stuff from my past more than 10 years ago. So therefore, I'm not going to offer any good faith towards Ethan Klein. It's about an exchange of good faith, okay? Especially when it's down the same line of arguments. It's not about okay, either none of us are pedos or all of us are pedos. Although to be honest, there is a part of that sure in there. But it's about how much good faith you're willing to offer to the other person. Do you miss your landlord? Because I miss him. I miss him too, okay? I miss his dick in my ass.
I'm assuming that's what we're getting here.
The channel like around like it was just horrible. We went to this channel with this this kid was like 8 years old and he was broing out with everybody in this chat. For whatever reason, this kid decides to take his pants off and wiggle his 8-year-old on screen. I can't even...
Not so funny this time, Destiny. There's a bit of a different dude, young Destiny is fucking giggling his shit right now. He's laughing hysterically. Old Destiny's not laughing. Found that funny.
Can't believe
Balding.
Wait, you're gonna point out how like it's no longer funny to Destiny, but you're not gonna point out how this was an unfair and unjustified attack that Ethan Klein has levied at Destiny? What? How much are you gonna sweep? Like, the sweeping is so boring. Like, how much are you gonna sweep?
Destiny is not having it on this one.
Oh my god, it was like I didn't even know. Like we were on Skype, we were like, holy shit. Like we had to do like a double take because we didn't even know like what the fuck was on. Like we were looking at like an 8-year-old like on the screen. Brother and his brother, we called him Captain Push-Ups, would like come in the room, and this guy was like 14 years old. He had his shirt off. He was like this, like watching the stream the entire.
Again, though, I think this is a fair clip to bring up in the context of the stuff with like the folder or whatever that Willie's talking about, because even in this instance, why is there enough time for Captain Push-Ups to enter the room before you've already clicked off the video? Right? Is that not like a fair criticism of Destiny in this case? Like, if that shit pops up, it's like immediate click off.
Yeah, well, that would be pretty bad and weird, I guess, for a long time ago Destiny, I guess. I mean it is an edgy thing for you know, I guess 25-year-old Destiny or something back then. Well, I mean, sure, if you build a time machine and travel to the past and confront him, I'm sure you can really get him, dude.
Time? Oh my god.
But like, there's too much story here, I think.
The thing is, he makes it seem like this kid just happened to take it out, but they clearly spent a lot of time there because they like had a nickname for the brother who was there watching the whole time. Like this was an intimate setting in which there was a lot of time spent.
See, again, Ethan's take infinitely more uncharitable than mine, and that's what's going to be picked apart by Destiny here. on an ultimately like pretty fucking bad clip.
Okay, so again,
like when you
you're not that important, little bro.
Extend, you give people yardage. Be like, listen, dude, I wasn't here for like 30 minutes, dude. I was here for like 2.
I don't know why Ethan projects his own fantasies onto this.
Is
also again,
you a virgin? No, I am not. Why would
again? It is kind of just mud wrestling, right?
So this was a thing that happened back in 2010, which is 15 years ago. But if we want to go back, that's fine.
Nicholas the Goat,
I will say in the early days of live streaming, wow.
And I got to be honest with you, there's one thing that kind of destroys the this was 15 years ago argument. I mean, I fucking heard this clip for the first time in January. I'm going to talk about it a couple more times, probably. That's kind of the issue here. For you, these controversies were 15 years ago. For you, these controversies were 10 years ago. For me, some of this shit I heard about like 3 months ago, 4, 5, 6 months ago. I'm going to talk about it for a little while. I think I'm entitled to do that.
Live stream websites were literally the Wild West of crazy, unhinged me and a few other people, plenty of people would bounce between Ustream, Livestream, Justin TV, and you could find old dudes doing conspiracy theories. You could find people doing self-harm. You could find copyright material being played. You could find just like a bunch of crazy shit. We popped into this dude's stream. We were trolling in chat for a little bit. Nobody's saying like, oh my God, yes, like take your, whatever the Ethan is.
Also, not only that, like it seems like the context of that one was like humorous? Question mark? Like it doesn't seem like Destiny was there to goon, right? Like it definitely seems like a context where he is clearly making light of a situation that was like funny as fuck to him, right? Like that seems to be what was being implied.
Fantasizing here. There were no long-term.
I don't think that's what Ethan. Is that what Ethan said? Did Ethan say that Destiny was sitting there salivating over the thought of an 8-year-old boy whipping it out?
That's what he's implying, you fucking bad faith sweeper retard. That's what he's implying. He's don't what was the point of bringing it up in the first place? Obviously, he was trying to make it a part of a larger argument. That's the entire point of bringing it up. The entire point of bringing it up was to make it a part of a larger argument, right? If it's just simply from a joke perspective, why the fuck was it even brought up in the first place? What?
I mean, I think Ethan was uncharitable, but I think that's like overkill.
Relationships with any of these people.
So like what are you trying to establish here? He's trying to make a pattern of behavior of making jokes about pedophiles.
His voice is shaking. I mean, my voice would be shaking too if I had to explain this clip.
People, it was a crazy.
Actually,
very good faith, dude. You really got him there. This is amazing. Good stuff, dude. I guess.
Yeah. No, that's what Destiny. I know Destiny just said it now, but he's talking about it from the perspective of Ethan. That wasn't how I perceived that clip, but also I'm not the one being accused.
We left the stream immediately after. I don't know why he likes to project whatever other.
And he says immediately after, but in the clip he's like Captain Push-Ups jumped in the room or whatever.
Fantasy of.
Do you think that if like you stare at like a picture, like do you think that like if you're there watching Simpsons and that one intro where Bart has like his fucking penis out and they're clearly trying to make fun of that, you think that if you watch that for too long and you were laughing and making jokes about it, do you think that also like kind of implicates you in being a pedophile or some shit? It's almost as if context matters, right?
Spending a lot of time there.
Someone said it's the 5-second rule for pedophilia. Yeah, exactly.
Or getting to know the person. Maybe he's done trolling.
Again, we only know this because Destiny thought it was a good idea to fucking fire up a stream or get recorded talking about it.
Like this in the past, and I'm just not aware of. But
here's another one, guys. In case you haven't seen enough, this one comes to you courtesy of the Pope, Nicholas DeOrio.
This is obviously we've spent a lot of time on this clip, so I'm going to do the abridged version whilst we hear him talk about it. But like. This clip is not out of context, at least the clip that is being shipped out. I don't necessarily agree with everything Ethan has to say about it, but to argue this is all talking about a disabled girl, we've played the full context for you. You can scroll back to the beginning of the stream. It is absolutely not the case.
Or whatever it is they do.
God bless.
God bless. Nicholas bless.
Years old, that's an adult. That's an adult dog. No. No. Okay, I'm 29. A 19-year-old might as well be a 15-year-old to me. It's
okay. That's the worst. Yeah, that's the worst clip. That's the worst clip.
Okay, I'm 29. A 19-year-old.
Look, I don't know when Destiny stopped believing this. I don't know when Destiny stopped believing that like being around early college aged women was just.
He said it in the context of arguing against someone who is trying to justify that kind of relationship. And key word here is relationship, not hookup. And again, a red flag does not necessarily indicate abuse. If you want to prove an instance of abuse, you have to actually show proof. Okay, I'm sorry. You can't just say, oh, this looks weird, and just leave it at that.
There's too much of a fucking hassle, and they're all really fucking annoying and bitchy and stuff. I don't know when he moved past that, because obviously he married his wife that he met when she was either 19 or 20, right? I'm probably 20 for the most part, but I think she said she was 19 or something. Either way, doesn't really matter. Not a huge point of differentiation. At some point, obviously, that position has changed from the clip of, like, super angry Bloodsport Steven to, like, pre-divorce Steven and to post-divorce Steven especially. But, like, to act like he never had that position, and this is exclusively something that he's talking about, a mentally challenged girl, when he's, like, literally talking about freshmen and sophomores in college with his chat. I mean, that's a little crazy to me.
Are you gonna show the context? Are you gonna show why, like how Destiny responds back to this?
Might as well be a 15-year-old to me.
Again, but if he's willing to lie about this, and I know enough to catch him on it, I don't really have a lot of charitability for the rest of the video.
It's all the same, dude. Don't give me this.
That's such an interesting stuff.
Do the easiest way for me to lose.
Cool, preemptively saying that you're not gonna take any of this in good faith whatsoever. I mean, Destiny was probably right? Like, Destiny was right that none of these people are actually looking for any kind of good faith engagement with the information at hand. It's really just farming, and more bad faith farming. It's really pathetic.
Charitability is to lie about me in the exact content that I'm supposed to check out. If you're gonna lie about me in the video I'm watching, I'm not thinking very positively about the rest of it. And that might be my personal bias, but like it just happened.
This is exactly what we're saying.
Because it's all the same, bro. 15, 13, 14, 15. It's all the same, bro. I'm 29. Huh? But also, on the other hand, it also is a self-report because it suggests he knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means when he says it knows exactly what I'm doing. So this is a clip that gets thrown around a lot because people like to say that apparently everybody below 20, I view the exact same. That is one voice cut from that debate. If you listen to the actual debate here, I'm arguing with a dude who is literally trying to abduct a mentally retarded 19-year-old.
All right, just for context again, JF was trying to literally abduct a girl who was deemed 11.
And he may have killed her.
11 or 10 by the courts, right? And Destiny spent time debating him with Andy Worski in the chat. At the same time...
Nick unironically thinking that D made this video just for him? Yeah. What a fucking egotistical freak.
After that, he spent about 10 minutes because his chat was calling him a moral F for even doing that to begin with, and he started arguing that the 19-year-olds in chat, the 19-year-olds and 20-year-olds that are watching his videos on stream are not like super mature. He started talking about the arguments about like people who are in relationships who don't live together are essentially not even in relationships. Like there's a ton of stuff that was happening outside the bounds of the JF conversation, and then he kept wrapping it back in. So he's very explicitly talking about like his experiences in some cases. Like he's specifically saying he's talking about himself. He's invoking like college in some of these cards. I'm telling you, the mentally 11 girl who had to be pulled out by the state had to intervene because JF was trying to basically fucking steal her. I don't think that girl's going to college. So to argue this is all about this fucking girl and there's no other.
I didn't even know her family tried to stop her from going with JF too. Is that true? Dude, I'm sorry, that situation is just very sad. It's just an extremely sad situation. And I don't just mean sad in the sad sense. It means, like, I'm saying that she is probably killed by JF. Like unironically, she's probably been killed by JF.
Context here is just completely false.
Very bad stuff.
And take her to another state and impregnate her. Basically, every other time I'm speaking about this person and their age, I do refer to the fact they're 19, but it's not just the fact they're 19, there's a whole bunch of other things too.
JF's own words, a 19-year-old girl can...
So now what he does here to try to poison the wagon, dude, poison the wagon on this clip. We're keeping that. Context wagon, poison the wagon. That's a new chatism. Okay, but for this context, what is it?
She died. She disappeared and never showed up again. She's a missing person, technically speaking. but there are videos, multiple videos and clips out there of her saying that she's afraid for her life, and JF Jeremy shutting her down. Her basically trying to make a plea for help, and JF Jeremy shutting her down for that. JF Jeremy literally giving, tutorial lessons on how to clean yourself of any evidence and DNA. So there's like so much there to warrant great concern.
When we're poisoning the wagon here, what we're going to do is Destiny opens up a second video of the highlights from the debate and plays some of the most...
Just shut up and play the clips? Okay, you're gone. Bye.
Depraved stuff that JF says. But, like, the conversation that I clipped and the conversation that Ethan shows is the very end of the VOD at, like, during the 10-minute post-debate conversation. So he's playing clips of him challenging this fucking guy, but it has absolutely nothing to do with the majority of what is said in the clip.
DeOrio's latest communicated with him online. He fell in love with her. He convinced her to leave her family and join him. And then after 3 weeks of being with her, a girl that had never lived on her own, worked a job, lived apart from her parents, been in a relationship, he convinced her to try to have a child with him.
First, I will say, I don't care about your moral offense, you piece.
It's like, yeah, JF is a pretty fucking evil person who did pretty fucking evil things. There are people who said they debated him based off of Destiny's coverage and my YouTube video that I made in 2019. I am very educated on everything JF up until fairly recently. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I recommend you watch my video on it. It's a fucking interesting read. He brought on the pistachio supremacist who went onto his stream and said that they should blank Africa.
Can I say something to you, Nick?
He went like Vosh mode on Africa instead of Israel.
Sure, you don't have to care about my moral offense because
she said that, not him. He was like, "Oh, you need to be a bit more dog whistle-y."
Already agreed with me about the moral offense.
Yeah, I mean, the guy JF who we're talking about right now, it's extremely fucking crazy that his wife is currently missing and has been for about a year because he dropped her off at a gas station.
And he's not worried, he's not concerned, he's not, X and Y. I'm just saying, okay? Like from JF's perspective on things, there is no reason for JF to keep her alive. If she is alive, she could tell the story on how much she has been abused by him. So from his perspective, he has every motive to get rid of her. Yeah.
And she started walking through the woods because she wanted to be free. When he started dating this person,
Can I say something to you, Nick?
They went on the stream, and this is not the girl that we're talking about in the context of this, but this girl, Mama JF, right, went on the stream and was like, "Hello, JF. I lost my job. I lost my family. I lost everything in my life because I love your live streams. And I told my boss that I wanted to suck your dick." And he's like, "Oh, Mama JF, you shouldn't have said that. That's a bad thing you just did." I have no problem telling you the lore, deep history of Jean Francis Garipe. I own his book because I think it's funny. Okay, I have no problem sitting here and talking at length about how fucking crazy this schizo is.
She had never lived on her own before, and despite all of this, you convinced her to leave her family without a word to join you and make a baby.
That's called love, you idiot.
That's called love.
This guy. His wife goes missing. I go to his YouTube channel. He's got a video wearing a hazmat suit on how to steam his apartment. I'm not even fucking kidding you. You can go look on his fucking channel if it's still up. He's got.
What is the okay? Is DeOrio trying to be careful here to avoid a lawsuit from JF or something? Is that what DeOrio is trying to do? Because we all know what happened to JF, Mama JF, right? Are we still pretending we don't know what you're implying here?
A whole video talking about how to deep clean your house in a hazmat suit or some shit, some fucking orange ass shit that you'd see in Dark.
Of a 19-year-old girl? Sorry.
Yeah, a 19-year-old girl can love, you idiot. Do you want people in the future to be scared of going?
Wait, Dark, the TV show, the German TV show, goated series, by the way. The third season got a little bit too convoluted. But okay, yeah.
Going out with mentally disabled people. Eventually, Destiny will find out, and he will ruin their life. Now, it is a 19-year-old woman who was free to make her choices. Steven can come here and express moral offense. Who cares? Everyone in the chat says 19 is...
Also, right, alt-writer who runs an alt-right podcast, right? His beginning of his career was funded, and I am not kidding you,
by Jeffrey Epstein. By Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein. Yes. Okay. Jeffrey Epstein, Jewish pedophile, okay, funded an alt-writer's YouTube career.
Okay, I don't know how relevant that part about him being Jewish is, but
who did all of this other stuff, okay? And he argued on Twitter that he was trying to save Jeffrey Epstein from being a pedophile or something. It was crazy. This guy's all the lore. Someone could make a new video that'd be really good on this guy. Yeah, there's another thing. Yeah.
Legal, Stephen.
So why didn't she fight the court about being appointed a guardian?
That was Jew with the hard J, okay?
Yeah, if she wanted to.
She was intimidated, physically abused by her father, and intimidated into abandoning her rights.
You're saying that a girl was so easily intimidated that she quickly gave up her right to exist in an autonomous person.
Bro, that sounded personal. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, that sounded.
But you claim the same person was mature enough to make the decision to move in with you and bear your child?
The reality is that.
Like, there's a lot in this debate. It was not just that the fact that this girl was 19. This girl was declared mentally incompetent by a court.
Unfortunately, like in the clip that I show, right, it kind of like mostly was about that other stuff. But like it again, context is king.
What's the point of the tangent? To be fair to Nicholas, right? Like when it comes to JF Therapy, that entire thing is a huge rabbit hole. And if you're interested in true crime, I mean, I guess you can take a look because as a fan of true crime, okay, personally, all right, yeah, that whole stuff is crazy and insane. Considering how Destiny may have debated someone who have murdered his wife. Okay, so
I guess just for the context, because we're putting these in two separate VODs, I can give you a bit more information from what I said before, right? So you got this clip right here. This is what I was talking about. At about the 38-minute mark, this debate that he claims he's having, where all the clips come from in the shorter video, ends.
What?
I feel like at this point, if I just let JF talk,
Nick is interacting for the last 10 seconds. Yeah, because he's talking about something that is different from talking about Destiny, right? Yeah, sure. I guess. I guess when it comes to Mama JF, everyone can unite on this one issue. It's just...
I feel like he hangs himself with every word.
What am I supposed to say?
I went up the.
So now he's talking to his chat. The debate ended at the 38-minute mark,
and I think that it's interesting. So yeah, man. All right, I just want you to know that. All right, dude.
Well, hey, listen, I love you. It's been fun, dude. Final note, guys: if you're 32 years old, don't fuck 19-year-olds. Okay. All right, have fun, buddy.
You follow me on Twitter, by the way.
Okay.
So he leaves at the 38-minute mark, and then he comes in here. And let's see the word moral. Moral gets us where we need to go. Right? Moral is 19 mentions of moral.
I'd watch if you ever had a true crime arc. Well, you can be my one and only fan during that arc then. Because I'm probably the murderer, okay?
38. Okay, so, all right. Literally, at the 38-minute mark, as soon as he starts talking to his chat, after he leaves the call with JF.
Why aren't you following me yet?
I'll follow you, okay? Have fun, buddy, okay? Andy, don't date any 18-year-olds, okay? Don't try to put babies on them. It's just not right, okay? Goodbye.
What?
I mean, is there just a fucking horde of retarded 18-year-olds who are mentally 11?
I feel like at this point, if I just let JF talk, I feel like he hangs himself with every word. I went up the east.
Are there? Yeah, I guess there are.
Coast and I fucked 18 and 19-year-old girls. I fucked everyone, and I wanted to make a baby with every girl I fucked.
That's a perfect impression. Holy fuck, that is a almost perfect impression. Okay, almost perfect. But
and I wanted to be a family with every girl I fucked.
Now, if you watched the stream before, you've already seen the beginning of this clip. This is what we showed you.
And I'm a moral fag. Holy shit. I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and say this. I know that this is going to trigger the fuck out.
Again, if you were here already, you've already seen this clip.
Of a lot of you guys. I know that a lot of you are kind of young. And I totally understand that, guys. However, I do not believe this is just me personally. I'm really judgmental. I know this is going to make a lot of you guys really upset, okay? I don't believe that your relationship is real until you're living with the other person. I don't care if she's...
And again, he's arguing this is all about JF. JF was living with this girl. You know how I know? Because the state had to intervene and they had to take her home. Okay? So this is very clearly Destiny having a conversation outside the bounds of...
I mean, did he know that? who cares? Also, who cares? Like, did he know that? Also, the thing is that, like, what are you trying to show by like showing any of this? Like, what are you trying to show by playing this part? Like, it's very clear to me that Destiny is obviously against like manipulation, right? Like, Destiny is against like manipulation of the woman in this specific scenario, right? In regards to how he talks about it. Are you trying to like rewrite that somehow?
Just criticizing JF.
She spends the night every weekend. I don't care if you guys see each other every day at work. I don't care if you guys have been talking for 2 years on Skype. Your relationship means fucking nothing until you are living together. Until you have to deal with that chick when she is PMSing, okay? When she fucking bleeds.
Was Mama JF ever found? No.
Through her fucking pad. When she leaves her shit out on the fucking counter and she doesn't clean her fucking dishes.
Like, for JF's girlfriend, what is it? Like a fucking Hot Wheels car? Do the dishes? Isn't that like a little above pay grade?
When she fucking leaves her dirty fucking panties or bras or whatever laying on the fucking floor until she has a...
I mean, call me crazy here. I think that he's not being exactly truthful with the context.
A fucking dog and she lets it shit in the...
Dude, what are you doing, dude? Why the fuck are you reacting to a Destiny debate from years ago, trying to paint him in a bad light? It's very clear to me that all Destiny is trying to do in this instance is say that you don't know how bad or good a relationship is. You don't know whether or not you're fully compatible until you guys have lived together in person. This is what Destiny is saying. Destiny is not saying, well, technically this pedantic, but this pedantic, but this pedantic. No, look at the forest, not the trees, okay? What is Destiny's overall point here? Destiny's overall point here is online relationships are not the same as IRL relationships where you're forced to live with them. You're also there to endure the moments in which they're being a bad partner, in addition to them being a good partner, right? In addition to the good parts of a relationship, you also have to deal with living with them as well, right? That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. But how are you like rewriting that? Like,
in the front room and maybe she doesn't clean it until you have dealt with that person at every single point, because until you live with that person, the only buddy that you see, the only person you see every weekend is their fucking representative, okay? You do not know what any person is like until...
And I'll be the first one to say, he eventually does bring this back to Mama JF, right? Like that, well, previous Mama JF, I guess, Mama JF stage 1. Right? He eventually does bring it back. This is just obviously not the nature of the conversation, though, the way he's described it.
You live with them, okay? Fuck that shit.
Was there any proof he was dropped off at the gas station? Mama JF was on security CCTV footage getting dropped off at the... Yes.
Don't ever fucking tell me that you fucking love somebody.
Oh, wait, okay, so she was dropped off. Wait, so, and then she, disappeared and died?
That you love somebody.
No, I'm not. Why would so many people be Googling that?
Thank you.
Destiny is a PDF adjacent person at best. He does no...
Do you know who else is PDF adjacent?
No reality on this or any other cosmos, real or imagined, past, present, or future in this or any other cosmos, real or imagined. A 33-year-old man should be talking to a 17-year-old.
Well, this video that I'm showing you right now does not demonstrably prove that Destiny is a pedophile because he is saying this. What it proves is he's kind of a fucking hypocrite, because after the clip I'm about to show you, he went on to marry his 19/20-year-old, or I guess that's when they met, right? Between the ages of 19 and 20, maybe even 21. But he went on to marry that person and then divorce that person and get caught in the DMs of Rose, right? Like there are things that are happening here.
They were in a relationship full of ups and downs, like an actual fucking relationship. It wasn't Destiny trying to... Dude, oh my god. Nick, has Nick ever been in a relationship ever? Like, ever before? Like, I mean, I guess it's bad if Destiny was actually trying to use his knowledge to manipulate Melina into a relationship, I guess? Is there any evidence of that? Is there any evidence of that? Seriously, is there any evidence of that? Any evidence where Destiny is trying to leverage his like 30-year-old like fucking knowledge to manipulate Melina into a relationship. I love how people love bringing this up as if it's such a fucking hypocritical, like hypocrite slam dunk thing, right? But that's not true. The reason why Destiny brought up that example is because he wants to point out how a 35-year-old or a 30-year-old or someone who's older is able to manipulate somebody who is much younger into a relationship that is potentially abusive, right? But like I like how we just like ignore that specifically when it comes to when it comes to application, right? Yeah.
That don't appear to be the way that Destiny... And again, he could just say, oh, my principles changed or something like that. But instead, he goes on his fucking video and says, I'm talking about Mama JF or Proto-Mama JF or whatever. I'm talking about a woman with a disability. I'm not talking about 19 or 18-year-olds at all, actually. Like, he just answered it wrong, and he turned it on me for some reason.
You're in love with it. You don't even live with them. You don't even fucking know them. You don't even know them. You have no fucking idea who the fuck that person is until you guys have shared a house for like some number of months, and not even like 2 or 3 days. Okay, I'm talking like when you've lived with somebody for like a couple months. Now you fucking know shit. Okay, and it doesn't even have to be a relationship for people to see this shit fall apart. How many people do you know that had best friends all through grade school? You were best friends all through high school.
But I did not have a lot of mentally ate best friends going into college. Again, like this is obviously him talking to his chat because they called him a moral slur.
You guys were inseparable. And then you go to college and you fucking dorm together and holy shit.
I think Ethan misunderstood the clip. If your argument is that Ethan misunderstood the clip, that's one argument, but to say that I sabotaged Ethan by sending him a bad, out-of-context clip and then lying about the context to the clip is like fucking crazy.
Shit fucking falls apart, and you ain't even married. You don't even have to sleep with that motherfucker. You don't have to be dating them. You don't have to care about their feelings. You don't have to consider them in any of your play. They're just a fucking friend. And
Oreo sent him the clips? Wait, what?
Ethan by sending him a bad out of context clip and then lying about the context to the clip is like fucking crazy.
Shit fucking falls apart, and you ain't even married. You don't even have to sleep with that motherfucker. You don't have to be dating them. You don't have to care about their feelings. You don't have to consider them in any of your play. They're just a fucking friend. And even at that point, those two people can grow to fucking hate each other. And that
sounds like he's talking about his fucking wife here, like I said before, but I obviously don't know.
A relationship before? Fuck that shit, dude. You gotta grow the fuck up. I tell this story all the time. I used to be, you know what I used to be worried growing up? I used to be worried thinking like, dude, what am I gonna do? I'm horny as fuck all the time. I'm gonna want to fuck 16-year-olds forever.
Again, I could just keep playing this clip. I am, because that's a horrible place to leave it, and that would be uncharitable. But like, it is exceedingly obvious that he is talking about.
Is that like? Why would it be a horrible place to park it? Unless you're completely and utterly bad faith. Did I miss the arc where Destiny had penetrative sex with a 16-year-old? Is that why it's bad to leave it at that? Did I miss that? Wait, so Nick is playing all those clips because he's running defense over being misrepresented over sending H3 a potentially irrelevant clip. Lol. I don't fucking know, dude. This guy's lost in the sauce.
About himself. He's talking about his chat. He's talking about like, yeah.
Like, dude, what am I gonna do? I'm horny as fuck all the time. I'm gonna want to fuck 16-year-olds forever. What?
He's explicitly explaining why he is not attracted to 16-year-olds in current day.
What am I gonna do when I'm like 30 years?
That's not what he's saying. What? He's explaining why he's not attracted to 16-year-olds? That's none of what he's saying right now. What are you talking about?
And I want to fuck 16-year-olds. I thought this when I was in high school because I was like, dude, high school girls, they're fucking hot as shit. Look. But you know what happens? Something happens, okay? When you turn, I don't know, when you turn 23, 24, 25, when you've lived in a house and you've paid for your own fucking bills and you've been on your own for a little bit, and then you go into a restaurant and you sit down to eat, you might be alone, you might be with a friend, and you know what you hear talking behind you? You hear college freshmen. You hear high school seniors, and nothing makes your balls shrivel up quicker than the inane, asinine, fucking gossipy, stupid fucking shit that concerns the mind of a fucking teenager.
But I guess they're good to have, like, e-sex with if they're...
Yo, Bear Claws, thank you so much for the $5, buddy. Nick confirms he has a seat at Ethan's round table, or should I say tables
just
of
a drink.
rounds? Mm-hmm.
A martini, shaken, not stirred.
Nick confirms he has a seat at Ethan's rounds table, or should I say table of rounds?
Thank you. Okay, shit, I shouldn't have read that then. Also, like, that's so crazy, dude. Wait, so you don't think that Destiny is talking about, like, a relationship here? Like, it's very clear to me that Destiny is talking about, like, a relationship here, right? He's not talking about a hookup. Like, if we're just talking about a hookup, right? If someone is, like, physically attractive, then they're physically attractive. But just because you want to have sex with them doesn't mean you want a relationship with them. Right? Because in the context of what Destiny was talking about back in the day, he's talking about specifically in the context of a relationship, not in the context of a hookup. Right? Because, again, it was after a debate where the main subject of the debate was a relationship, right? And then in the context of everything he's talking about, it is in the context of a relationship. So we have to then assume that what he's talking about here is in the context of a relationship, not a hookup. Unless to virgins like Nicholas and I, it's all the same? Question mark? Maybe these people think that hookups and relationships are the same thing?
They're college freshmen.
I don't know.
I guess that's like totally above board. Yeah, I wouldn't want to date them, but I could fuck them.
Nothing
digitally
will turn you off faster.
Yeah, this is obviously not about JF exclusively. It's just simply not.
Somebody that has a fucking house, that has a career, that has a job, that has lived his own life, than to sit down in a restaurant and put your back to...
Also, yeah, the other people are saying self-report. This sounds like a bit of troll's remorse a little bit, because he's laying it on so exceedingly thick. But again, that's just what it sounds like.
Two motherfuckers that are talking about, I don't know what class I'm gonna take. Oh my god, the professor is such an annoying piece of shit.
Yeah, call me crazy, but I don't think the mentally 10-year-old, 19-year-old girl is gonna be going to college. I don't think she got accepted.
And my mom stopped paying.
Again, she literally, dude, I'm sorry, but she like, the state intervened and took her out of somebody's house. I don't think she went to college.
This is the easiest way for me to understand that I will not be attracted to teenagers going into my fucking 30s. Okay.
Is it not like...
Why aren't you playing the PoE League first? Wait, did it begin? Did a new league begin?
Any more obvious that the clip that I sent was in context? Could I not make that clearer to you?
Okay. So, when a 32-year-old tells me...
No, it's a horrible clip.
...that he has met a 19-year-old on the internet and that they are in love with each other after 4 months, I'm sorry, but something is fucking wrong with you. Something is not right. That you feel like you can relate
viciously on Twitter.
If you are rocking to a 17-year-old as a 33-year-old adult, they better be your child or the wood chipper gets hungry.
Just a drink. A martini, shaken, not stirred.
I feel like you are getting stuck in the weeds here. DS point isn't about age, it's about their level of maturity. That's why the JF stuff is relevant, Imo.
Wait, are you talking to me, or are you talking to... or are you talking to Nicholas DeOrio? These point isn't about age, it's about their level of maturity. Yes, that's what I'm saying, yeah. That's and the JF part being relevant is also what I'm saying. I'm saying it both for them, but I think I'm presuming that you're talking about Nick here. But yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, you didn't spell talking right. and I just got so fucking confused at what you said. Bro, that is a nuclear level fucking typo. You said rocking, and I'm like, what the fuck? I thought you said fucking. Okay, dude, okay, what he said was, if you're even engaging with a 17-year-old, and it's not your own kid, you're, as a 33-year-old, okay, that was not like a pedophilic DM, that was just like a horrible typo, dude. Oh my god. All right. Dude, fucking 07 for you, but Jesus, I just wanted to clarify that so nobody fucking went after you.
Who's been through 3 marriages and has a child, you're telling
Bro,
me...
you just know that guy's face is fucking blood red right now. Holy shit. Dude, someone just wrote Thorpe's?
I'm talking to you. I feel like you're getting stuck on the attracted to minors part is all no shade, just an important clarification. Okay, sure, yeah. No, I agree with you. Like, I think that the overall point is that there's a massive amount of like actual life experience and difference that someone can use to manipulate someone who is much younger, right? And the age is just necessarily a red flag indicator for that, right? That is the entire point. That is the best faith interpretation of what Destiny is saying. But Nicholas DeOrio is the one that's missing the point here, because he is the one that's saying, well, you know, it's strictly about the age. You don't understand. It is the age. It is the age. It is the age, right? It's so funny that he's like fucking going after Melina because it's the age. It's the age. It's the age, right? Yeah.
Thorpe.
Me that you can relate enough with a 19-year-old who is a virgin? That
so now, look, after that whole rant about himself, he does bring it back to JF. That is true.
Is going to leave her family.
It's like, hey, this whole thing is crazy, and this girl's retarded, and this girl's a virgin, and this girl's never lived away from home, and he's trying to impregnate her. It's like, yeah, okay.
And live with you, and you're going to make babies?
Also, White Nervosa in chat. This is an old clip.
There is something fucking wrong with your mind. Okay, you're either one, you have a severe mental fuck up,
which I agree on this, yeah.
Some disorder of your own, or 2, you're a fucking sexual predator. Those are the only 2 options. Because healthy, well...
All right, now I'm going to speed this up a little bit because this part is about JF. I'm going to let it play.
Adjusted people who are 32 years old, who have had multiple marriages and a child, do not make the decision...
But he pulls it back.
...to interact with a 19-year-old online, lure them to their apartment...
We all agree with this.
And then try to make babies with them in the first few weeks of being together with them, okay?
Is Destiny trying to make babies with Rose or some shit? Okay.
We're not even getting into all of the sexually abusive or predatorily coercive things that JF did. We're not even going to get into the fact that well, I guess
he talks about how JF isolated her, which he did.
Talk to her, okay? No one else knows.
That's the isolation part.
Okay? The only person, okay? Right? That's...
Kind of. The point is, in my opinion, that a 19-year-old in college is dramatically different from a 19-year-old who can't live on their own. Being 19 isn't bad in itself, depending on their maturity. Yeah, well, the way that I view it is that if you're 19, it indicates to me that you are most likely somebody who is not mature. But that's only most likely, right? For example, when he has married Melina, I assume the presumption there from his end is that Melina is a really, really exceptional 19, young 20s-year-old, right? That's from his perspective. From Destiny's perspective, Melina is a very phenomenally like mature person for her age. That's why like he married her. And as far as I'm concerned, there's no allegation in which Melina has come out to say, yeah, Destiny has been manipulating me, right? And Melina, for the record, Melina is someone who is extremely unique. Yeah, like if you look up any of her like business history or life history or life experience or anything like that, she is like way beyond the average like 19 to 20-year-old, like way beyond. It's not even close. It's not even close. But yeah. Yeah, said that before in the stream. Yeah. So yeah, even though you can say that, yeah, you know what, Destiny going after Melina is a red flag, and I would probably agree with that. She's very unique for a 19-year-old or 21-year-old or whatever, right? Yeah.
That's one way of isolating.
It is so obvious when he's talking about JF and when he's not.
Somebody, right? Another way of isolating someone is to literally say, leave your family and come live with me in North Carolina, right? Leaves her family without a fucking word. Why wouldn't she tell her parents?
Also, just FYI, it seems weird to bring up Melina all that like a lot in the whole like manipulation and abuse that Destiny inflicts upon other human beings narrative, considering how Melina has not levied anything like that towards Destiny, right? Because again, like if you're going to bring up things, maybe you should bring up how victims themselves are speaking out against the content creator. But like Melina has not really done any of that, right? She never made a claim that Destiny was actually manipulative towards her. If any, I think the only allegation that she has made towards him is that he was cold and uncaring as a husband. Yeah, more or less. Sorry for the spam. I just feel like we really need to really focus, otherwise we're going to be dragged down by irrelevant shit. Sure.
It's like, hey, I've got a boyfriend. I want to go live with him.
It's essentially him getting one guide in chat and then dragging it back on topic.
Why wouldn't she pass that by anybody? Why would JF not want her to pass that by anybody? If I was going to plan on fucking marrying and childing up a girl, I'm going to have in-laws. Why wouldn't I want to have some type of relationship with her fucking parents? That seems kind of weird, right? That I wouldn't even want to meet them, or at least, maybe I'll hate them, but at least I'll meet them to know that I'm going to hate them, right? But no communication.
Trust, did you see how Luke Beasley went to the Ukrainian front lines? No. Sound good for him.
With the parents, gets the girl to pack up and leave, and now that you have the perfect specimen, okay, I have the girl with no family, no friends, okay, who is a retard, okay, now you have this girl, what am I going to do? I'm going to put the baby in her, and now she's your slave forever.
Jesus.
Okay, so that's the JF part. He does talk about JF.
Put the baby in her.
Now!
Crazy.
She has no friends, which she didn't. She has no family because he's cutting her off from them. She has nobody else that she can talk to, no support network. Now she has his baby, okay? She has no job, right? She has no real education, right? She's totally locked there, and she's his. That is fucking disgusting, okay? And that's kind of why, like, the fact that he still defends this behavior is really irritating to me, because what he did was fucking horrible.
Okay, good. That's the JF stuff, because he doesn't want to be presumptuous.
That kind of shit is literally fucking disgusting. That he would try to trap a little girl, and I don't want to be presumptuous.
So he says the word little girl and now breaks into a diatribe about what a 19-year-old girl means to him in terms of age.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry if this upsets you because you're 19, or I'm sorry if this upsets you because you're 22 or something, right? Or if...
Why would it upset people who are 19 or 22 in the audience? They're not legally discernibly retarded, right? Why would it chatter if you're just talking about people who are mentally retarded and being abused by predators or alleged predators or whatever? I think predators.
Did none of this connect? Did none of this connect with Nicholas DeOrio the entire time? Does he is he really ignoring the best faith interpretation of what Destiny is saying here? Foodshops was taken. Hassan was in his 20s when he was having sex with Michael Jackson's 19-year-old Paris. That's the girl Lav used to lie about. Wait, how does that apply here, though? I mean, cool, I guess.
Probably the right word, personally. That's my opinion for the legal people listening. For my legal counsel opinion, right?
What is this?
Why would your chatters be worried about this? Are they all retarded? Is that the argument?
Because you're 19, or I'm sorry if this upsets you because you're 22 or something, right? Or if you're some legal guy or whatever, you know, when you're 19, you're a little kid, okay? Now, if you're 22, a 19-year-old's not a kid to you, okay? I'm 29. A 19-year-old might as well be a 15-year-old to me. It's all the fucking same, dude. Don't give me this fucking, just because of some legal age of consent, whatever bullshit, I have about as much in common with an 18-year-old, 19-year-old fucking freshman in school as I would a fucking sophomore in high school.
Now, when he says 18 or 19-year-old freshman in school, he is directly referring back to the previous conversation I showed you, where he was explicitly explaining why he doesn't believe that he'd be attracted to women who are 18 or 19 in his 30s. Okay.
He's probably talking about the typical 18 or 19-year-old. That's what he's talking about. He's talking about the typical. And as far as I'm concerned, Melina is not typical. End of story, right?
Okay? It is not a difficult concept. This clip was right there. You could have gone to look at it. It's up. I did not provide an out-of-context clip here. This is a hypocrisy of Destinies, and however you have that, whatever mileage you get out of it, is not my concern. All I'm saying is it's a hypocrisy.
Any type of inclination towards any of those people is really fucking weird, okay? Now, I know if you're 20 years old, it might bother you to hear that. No, I'm 19. I'm a real adult, okay? I'm a real adult, okay? If you live with your mom and dad still pay all of your bills, you're still a virgin, you've never been in a relationship,
Old clip. Well, yeah, obviously it's old. He ended up marrying a fucking 19 or a girl he met when she was 19 or 20 years old. Like after this.
Yeah, but the point isn't the age. The point is the life. The point is the life experience difference, and the point is the malice, right? It's the malice. Number one, you have to prove that Destiny is trying to use malice, is maliciously trying to manipulate her into being his wife, right? This is such an insane. I'm sorry. This is like so. Why am I even trying to explain this? You want to say that Destiny is going after Melina because she's like a fresh 19-year-old that he just wants to get his like grubby little hands all over her? Or is it because that he was like truly falling in love with who she is and because she was mature for her age at the time when she was dating him? Like what the fuck are we talking about here? And not only that, she was like one of the few people who can even match up with Destiny's fucking lifestyle, right? The fucking open marriage. Oh, I want to have random hookups lifestyle. So yeah, it's not like he was starved for options as well. So it's like, yeah, well, like, what the fuck are we talking about?